Hi, this is Fee from Diamond in the Rough, and this is actually a YouTube clip that I'm doing especially for Emily and for Kat. I'm so sorry, Kat. Sounds like you're addicted already after only one night. Yeah, so anyone else that's listening, this is actually some information that can be found very handy when diamond painting, but this is aimed specifically at friends of mine, and so yeah, I thought I'd go through a few different things because I kind of got them involved in diamond painting. For anyone that's watched any of my other YouTube clips, the custom wedding picture, that is who I'm aiming this mainly at, and her daughter, who got the guinea pig ever moment diamond painting to do herself. So I thought I'd show a couple of things that might help explain how things work and how different diamond paintings and some of the storage containers I've got. And this is only the way I do things, and also I saw something look like it was out of place, sorry, and yeah, there it is, how I do things. Other people do other things, but the best thing is to find what works for you. So there's a range of diamond paintings. You have the difference between round and square. You also have round, square, you have the AB drills, and you have special shaped diamonds. You also have full and partials, and yeah, there's a range of difference and difficulty in them. The big comment that I found, one of the big things that I found, if you're working with anything that has a face, you want it to be big, because these are basically like pixels. But so I'll get on with it on a few different things. So the first one I've got here is a round drill partial. It says here 30 by 30. Now, as an example, out comes a trusty tape measure. 30 by 30 on this one is actually the canvas size, not the actual painting size, which is only 25 by 25. Some companies will say it's 30 by 30, and that is only this. This one is saying it's 30 by 30, it includes the exterior. So you've got to watch sometimes different companies that say one thing and then you think you're getting it. Yeah, anyway. They say it's one size and it's actually the whole thing, as opposed to actually the drill field. So its drill field is where you stick the beads. I think that's what everybody calls it, that I can tell on YouTube. So this is a partial round, so you can see, very sparkly. And actually see there how they are round drills. People call them drills, beads, diamonds, and I can do a YouTube clip and refer to them all as different things each. Now on this one I will show you, there's a little legend, and it is tiny. Okay, one, then you've got the symbols, hang on, you can just see the symbols, and the number next to it is actually a DMC code. Some diamond paintings come with DMC codes, some do not. If they have DMC codes, one of my best recommendations is, with your leftovers, keep them. As you saw by your custom, one of the beads popped out. Because I've kept them and I've kept the legend, I can easily identify which one specifically goes in there. Even though the one that popped out is only about this far away from it, it's always best to make sure you have the right colour and shade, because now that you've actually started, you can see how shading makes a difference. Okay, so that's a partial round. this is some of the stuff in my portfolio that I've completed. Whoops, here's upside down. Okay, so this again is a partial round. This is a good example of, this one doesn't have any sizes on it. Okay, Santa is not drilled, it is just the train. Okay, so because of that, you can see you still get the features of his face, you still get the Christmas tree and the presents showing, and it's just the train that's been drilled, but where you can see the sparkle. Okay, so that's another reason, a good reason for partials actually. And there we go, there's another good reason for partials. You can see how his beard and his sleeve and his hat is all, yet the face, it keeps the facial features. So if you want to keep facial features, partials, if I did this as a diamond painting, there was no way that would be, his face would be too pixelated. Okay, now something about these two here, I actually brought from Gemmet, which is a store in Perth. They're actually down in Mandurah. So you can go in and walk in and buy these, and you can also buy them online. They have an online website. Great, ladies. Okay, so this is going to a partial with special drills, and I am halfway through it. As you can see, he's pretty sparkly. You will find that I have a lot that I'm halfway through or part of the way through, because I can't stay with doing one at a time. I like to do variations. What you will see though is another thing is the fact that I use coat hangers to hang them when I'm working on them, or even before I start working on them. I hang all of mine on skirt hangers or pant hangers. But yeah, whoops. Hang on, out the tweezers. I've just picked up a couple of beads have gone where they shouldn't have. Where's the tray? Okay, so yeah, this is a special drill and with rhinestones. So the do you see these special different drills? Whoops, hang on, take him off of that, it's easier to manage. So what you've got is, that's a special diamond, and these are actually rhinestones, what they call rhinestones. They have, they're stunning. And yes, this is a partial. There is symbols on this one, and I know it says DMC on there. They're not DMC codes, so I don't know what DMC codes they are. I've not seen them in that number. I'd say it's specifically rhinestone colours. Okay, rightio. So that is special drills partial. I've shown you partial round. There might be square partials, but I haven't seen any. Now this one here, so this is round full, which means it's a full canvas. This has special gems, it has normal diamonds, and it has AB diamonds. This is from Diamond Dots. Fair size one, but the difference in Diamond Dots is, so if we can see here, we've got the special beads, and then the Aurora Borealis. So I'm going to bring this up. You will see there's some that are just a little bit extra sparkly. Drop around to my place and I'll show them to you closer. But they have an extra sparkle to them. So sometimes you can you've got to look to find out ones that have got Aurora Borealis gems. or what they call ABs. So yeah, this is actually diamond dots, and if you go into Spotlight you can buy these off the shelf. They are gorgeous. So this is a peacock. Diamond dots, however, sorry, under here, they're Legends. Sorry, I can't pull that up, the washi tape's too stuck there. The Legends have their own code number. They are not DMC code numbers. So yeah, that's another thing about diamond dots. They have their own coding. So when you do this one, the beads can only be kept specifically for these, the diamond dots ones. Okay, so something else I've got on here on the edge is that sparkly silver. That's washi tape. I use a combination of Scotch tape and washi tape. And washi tape comes in all different styles, colours, and anyone in Australia, I've got them from Spotlight. I've also found them in Officeworks, so I'm quite sure there's other craft stores, but there's the places that I've been and come across them, and you can order them online. So this is also a round. Okay. Difference in a round. So this one here is a round ball that I'm doing. I have put washi tape down. I tend to only put Scotch tape down where the symbols are. However, because it's only skinny washi tape, I haven't covered up the legend. And this has got a clear cover. Okay. When you find clear covers, I find the glue on the clear covers is a lot stronger than on an opaque cover. Okay, so zooming in and letting you see. So this is a round. Even though there is square boxes around them, this is a round, because you can also see, if you look at the P and the S, there's a round circle. However, there is also a square around it. That's because rounds, when you look closely at a round, they don't cover the full area. Oops, there we go. So with a round, you need to have, there's a bit of wax, you need to have a bit of a colour behind it. So that's rounds, and rounds are quicker than squares. I plough through a round really quickly. Okay, so from there, I'm going to pull out this one. This is a completed square. I have done washi tape around everything else, but the side where the DMC codes and symbols are, it's focusing on everything, but I want what I want it to focus on. So the Scotch tape I've put over top of the legend, so I can actually see the legend while I'm working. Okay, so that's square, that's completed. I have sealed this with aqua glue. This one is a 50 by 50. I don't know whether I brought it as a 50 by 50, but the canvas is actually 55 by 55. This one, actually no, this one was called a 50 by 50. So some companies will do it, as I said, canvas size, some companies don't. Okay. Please note, I am not giving company names here. I will say, do what I do. I'm buying from all different places. So yeah. Now this one here is the what they call the opaque cover with, and it's a square. If you look here, sorry for the bright light, 60 by 40. The measurements on this one is picture size, not canvas size. So it's hit and miss, depends on what company you work with. This one has, I'll turn that off underneath it. This one has a very small legend, and this is a square. Now around the letters, it is completely square. Like this round one that I showed you has actually got, they're circular. So the one that Emily is working on is a full square from a very good company that that a lot of people recommend. Not everybody, but a lot of people recommend. Okay, and you know what company that is because you know all about it. So I'll leave that there. So with a what am I saying? So with a square, it takes a lot more time to do, and I find it's harder to see than a round. Don't know what it is, whether it's because you're trying to line up those squares with the grid lines. So one of my advices is, which we did for you last night, we got an iPad out and used it as a light. One of the big tools that's really fantastic that I have is this little thing underneath, which is a light pad, which helps see the symbols phenomenally. I have an A3 because I have a massive desk, and the A3 just is better than the A4. I've got an A4 as well, which I use when I go away, when I'm not. I take it with me if I'm going to diamond paint, not at home. Okay, so that's that side of it, and I'm going to turn this off, which, there we go, and take that aside. One of the things I do with my diamond paintings when completed, I will seal them, and this is what I use, which is the Tombow Mono liquid glue, aqua liquid glue. This I get from Amazon. I haven't found it anywhere else but Amazon, so that's just a little bit of information. There is other glues that other people use. I haven't tried it, so I can't say how I feel about them, but that's something I use. Another thing that I use in my stash is this dude here. So this is the label maker I use. The labels that I put on Emily's storage containers were made by this. So that was just photocopying the inventory sheet and putting it through here. No batteries required. If anybody else is watching, there's no batteries required on these. It's all manual handling. Okay, so the one that, and people will recognise this little tube. So the one that Emily got was from this company. If you're going to turn around and buy diamond paintings, you will get a complete pack. Some companies do better packs than others, and anybody that's done them recognises the way it's worked. So this company gives a little gift. It's the only company that I've come across that gives a gift. You know that you've seen the toolkit because that's what Emily got, but this one here, you can see you've got the drill pen, you've got tweezers, wax, tray, and this company provides labels. There is also a 3-placer and a 6-placer in the toolkit. So you've already seen this. I'm sorry for anyone that's watching this that, you know, this is what happens when you get somebody addicted and then they ask questions after you've left the building. Okay, so diamond tray, drill tray. Taking you through that one, drop your beads in and shake side to side gently. Don't fling them all over the place. This one has labels. You will not always get labels. You get tweezers, very pointy tweezers. Very sharp tweezers. I've dropped them on the wooden bench and they've stood upright because they are that sharp. There's your 6-placer. Your wax, which I've gone through and shown you the wax, which you put your drill pen into to get the wax on there, and you use the wax to stick it down. Okie dokie, so I'll pop that all back in there. Not every diamond painting has this specific stuff in their toolkit. You do get do in some of them you get the basic toolkit, which is a drill pen, wax, tray, and sometimes baggies. And you may not get any of the multi-places, but this company does do multi-places. When you get a diamond painter, you get the drills, diamonds, beads. My suggestion is go through and count. So some companies give you how many are required, some companies don't. Some companies tell you how many bags are required, some companies don't. And you just work your way through. You find the companies that you like working with and go from there. So that's how they come. You actually spent last night pouring some of these into into that storage container for Emily. Okay, so next thing is diamond paintings come most times rolled. Some have foam cores. Some have a bubble wrap around, which they call a boot. But they most of the time come round. You will get some that are creased up. So, and when you get them, like we did with Emily's last night, which I'll show you this one just for anyone else, you need to unravel. What I do is I will actually put it over the edge of the bench and unravel like that. Okay, and you can see there's a bit of a bend in there. One of the things that you do is if you open these up, don't take the opaque cover right off, because that just makes it hard to put it down. But that's actually gotten rid of that curl on that side. And if you see how I've got no curl on that one, and you can actually see this one's curled. Okay, so just get there. Let's move this one out. Yes, this is Baby Groot. This is the one that I got the same time as I got Emily's. Okay. So yet again, that's flattening it out. So now that's flat, good to work with. Best thing I can do with that one now is put it on a skirt hanger and hang it up. But I'm not, so yeah, that's what I can do with that one. Okay, what also some companies do is they give you an inventory sheet. This one has no tick marks. Hang on, I'll grab my folder out. Oh, here's one you recognise. Some give tick marks, some don't. There's the company. Ooh, I don't know what's happened there. My Netflix opened up. Okay. So what you find is some companies will do marks next to them. What I do is I highlight. I actually use a highlighter pen so that then I know what I've marked off, as opposed to if I put a tick, some companies possibly could say, well, no, we tick this off. If you happen to have what was like this one, I had missing beads. There's no highlight on the number. Okay, and I put the red in there, missing. So some companies require you to send a picture of the inventory sheet, which includes the serial details on them, which, hang on, it's not going to focus on. So some of them have the serial details on them, and they like to see that to be able to make sure they're sending you the right colours. Some companies have the good old oh shit insurance, which is where you accidentally spill them. So this one even here, if I had issues, that's my coding for it. That coding is generally on, if you get an inventory sheet, it's on the inventory sheet. That coding is also generally on, I think every canvas I've seen, it's on the canvas. And then that same coding is on the drills. Okay, so that's a rough one on the squares. Okay, oops. I've got one where I shouldn't have it. Okay, so that being said, some of the tools that we get, that you can get, and stuff that I've got, storage containers. I've got heaps of storage containers. I have a thing about things being stored correctly, so I'll work my way through some of them. This is the Elizabeth Ward storage system. There might be places in Australia you can buy them. I haven't seen them in Australia. I order mine from Amazon. Amazon Prime is who I actually order from. When I do all my diamond painting storage, I do, if I have an inventory sheet, I put it in. If I don't, I have just the coding of what it's called. Okay, so this one, the inventory sheet is in there. Mind, I do keep all my inventory sheets of my diamond paintings in a folder like this. Yeah, so that's that side of it. But this is the Elizabeth Ward storage system. This is the Tiger, blue-eyed Tiger. And then I'm I'm more than halfway through. So these are the storage containers that you get in these. You've got 4 sizes. Okay, and I'm stacking them one on top of each other. I can get 5 or 6 bags of beads drills in this, 8 to 10 in this, about 16 in this, and this one, this size, I got 35 bags in. So I have 5 of these Elizabeth Ward storage systems. They're pretty good. Do like them. Okay, so that's that one. One that I use for, so if you've got a diamond painting that's got a lot of colours, you use something like that. Or the big ones as well, I use Craftmates for. This has really good storage system. These are held shut by a lock button. I've got one empty, so that is by pressing that, opening it up. Okay, you can open one. Nothing else will open up. Closing it is just a quick click. This I like for my big customs because these hold so much in them that you don't have bags left over that you can't fill in. Okay, what I do with this one, so this one was actually diamond painting that doesn't have an inventory. This one, yeah, I have too many, actually does have an inventory sheet. So although I've got one in my folder, I keep the inventory sheet. It's one of the best things I found is an inventory sheet. If you can keep it with your drills, it just makes it that much easier. The Craftmates also has the ability to put labels on. So they sit on a shelf like a book, and yeah, when you need them, you can grab them like that. Okay, and there's a few other storage options you go with. If you want the simple storage, you can get the jars. Where's got a little one? Whoop. Missing in action. No, there it is behind my coffee cup. So you can get these jars actually from places like the Reject Shop, $2 stores, things like that. And I know some of these I got from Morley, in the Morley shopping centre, near the Westpac Bank. So if you're in Morley, so that's where I got those from. But you'll find them all over the place. And my latest one, which I am really impressed with, is this one here. you'll get this on most, and I will say most of the diamond painting websites. If you look under tools and accessories, you see this. I have only filled this. I have not started using this. I haven't started the diamond painting that this is in. But you get these, they're colour coded. You can get purple, pink, blue, red, green, orange, and I think you can also get black. So this is really cool. I think if I open it that way. So this one, the diamonds are in tubs. I have excess beads which I keep in the bag. I have my inventory sheet, half my inventory sheet. I need to do another one, but that's my count. Okay, so that's the beads, the drills. Some companies produce them with only one colour on the labels, so they're black. This company here, you can see there is blue print, there is red print. It just makes it, some of them make it nice and easy to see. What did I get in these? So these ones here, this is the tubes. I reckon these are really cool. So they're screw tops, they're not clips, they're screw tops. And you can get 6 bags in this, so 6 lots of the 200 bags. So 1200. If you were doing, so you get this, you get a couple of different size bags. You'll get the 200, you'll get an 800 bag or an 1000 or 1000 bag. So you'll be able to fit an 800 bag in one of these, or even a 1000, an 800 and 1000. So yet again, I have, the only drawback that I will say on these is the size of putting the labels on. I'm just trying to focus for you, but it's not happening. If I do this, it will focus. Okay, should focus. There we go. Kinda. It's trying to focus on my nails now. The difference with this one is the fact that there's not a lot of size on it, not a lot of real estate on the lids. So I've done the symbol and the DMC number. The storage containers for Emily's were all in rows. It's the 28 box. So they're the first ones that I went with and gave them a go, and haven't used them because I found more storage containers. The way I organise stuff is when I pack these up, have a look through. You'll see the one for this, which is the Fairy, Princess and Guardian Tiger. You'll see how I organise this one in that. So yeah, that's storage. And of course you have the good old Ziploc bags, which are really fantastic. Another thing I do when I'm unboxing, I do actually end up putting everything into one of these instead of trying to wrap it back in the bags. And I keep one of those trays for each diamond painting that I'm currently working on. Okay, other storage I have, I kind of touched on it last night when we chatted. I have a Bunnings toolkit where you put all your screws, your nuts and bolts and that. So if you see here, gosh, these are slide out trays. I'll try and angle it. I will label them. Here we go. But what I have done is just pull it out that way. These are all my leftover drills from all my different diamond paintings. And you'll see some of them. Okay, I have a couple of 2 different bags of 169. This is a good example of colour matching and colour not matching. They are both 169s. but they're different batch die lot numbers. So they are the same colour, supposed to be the same colour, but not. Okay. Okay, so that's how I store my excess beads. What else have we got? There is also, you'll hear some comments if you're watching YouTube's about 310. 310 is the black. If you get a lot of black, it's not. Most times if you do colour blocking, what they call colour blocking, which is solid colour of black, do the checkerboard, which we did last night using the white. But where the comments on the 310 on the black is they produce so many of them that the quality is not always there, not always good quality on the 310. So that's one colour that they tend to give you a lot more of, just because there is a lot of rubbish. I mean, you can see just in itself, I'm moving that bag around and you can see I've got that stem there. So yeah, there are so many of these produced that there is, you get a lot of rubbish in those. So I keep my 310s and my whites in their own little container. So that's how I store mine. Other people have got some really good ideas, like the sports cards or Pokemon cards, the gamer cards that they store in. Okay, so that's storage. I do have additional tools. One of the additional tools is the roller. It's only a little roller. Just basically you're just pushing down your drills and helping them sit flat and make sure they're flat. I have a quick stick which actually has its own little goop wax in it, and it has a chisel end, which is I find really handy for straightening up or moving pieces. I use these when I'm working with rounds. They've got a really good grip on them. Your hand doesn't get as sore, which happened to you last night. Another thing that I have is this. This is a magnifying glass with a light. This has made a big improvement on placement of squares sometimes. But yeah, it is a really good little tool. I got it from Newsagent, I shouldn't say local newsagent, because I got it from Newsagent when I was away in Cairns. So yeah. What else? I have an X-Acto knife. I have a couple of X-Acto knives actually. Can never find them. That's why I have them on my desk everywhere. The X-Acto knife, I use that to cut the opaque covers as I'm working with them. I will say the opaque covers, I use the X-Acto knife. The clear covers, I use scissors. If you're going to cut them off as you work with them, yeah, scissors for the plastic, X-Acto for the opaque. Now, drill trays. Yeah, I have you get a range of drill trays. You get like this one here. I have a bucket load of these, where when I shake them they don't come out of the funnel. And when I say bucket load, I mean bucket load. If I'm working on a diamond painting that has what they call confetti, which is a lot of colour changes, I use all of these. I will actually promote most of these in use, because a lot of confetti is a lot of colour changes. And yeah, so that's that side of it. Then you get some of the boats like this, and you will get one in every kit, depending on the company, on what type of boat you get. And then for size, because size matters in some cases, this is my big diamond tray. This is the one I use. It has a higher lip on it. You can see the lip it's higher. This is the one I use when I'm doing using the multi-tool placer. So the multi-tool placer, as I said, is this one, like the 6 placer. The 3 placer though, I will use it in the little one. The reason why I use the bigger tray for that is I can shake it easier without spraying them everywhere. But there's a lot more space to be able to get a lot more rows of them straightened out. Okay, what else? I scored, if you go on a trip anywhere, grab one of these. So this is, Nathan and I went to Sydney. I served my coffee and went, oh, that's a perfect spoon. So if you know anyone that's hopping on a plane, score one of these from them. It is the perfect scoop thing. Hang on. Here's my little confetti jar. My discarded drills. It is the perfect scoop. It is, yeah, it's the perfect scoop to get stuff out, to put them on your tray instead of pouring. If you've got like the Craftmates, I do like to use this for the Craftmates. Actually, most of them I do prefer to use this method as opposed to pouring, because when you pour, they sometimes bounce out. This you have a lot more control over. And as Nathan calls me, a klutz, and you saw evidence of that last night. What else do I recommend having? I'm just looking at the stuff that I have on my desk. I do recommend dryer sheets, and please, I have a box of them. Come around to my place and grab a square. What I do is I cut them up into little squares so that when I'm setting up my storage containers, I use these. Why do I use these? When you get some of the beads, they stick, they give you static. Hang on, and I'll show you a prime example of static to one of my diamond paintings that has the most amount of static. Static is where they stick to the sides of things, and if you're not careful, they actually end up sticking on you and they can actually jump around. I have put dryer sheets in most of these, so the static's not as bad. And when I say not as bad, this one here, if you actually saw my unboxing, so you can see how the drills are still sticking, yet I've got dryer sheets in them. The static on these was a lot worse than this. So that's why I have the dryer sheets. I have them pre-cut, and yeah, very handy. It's if you've got the pre-cut, they're ready for each time you do a diamond painting. And if you end up as addicted as me, you'll end up with bucket loads of diamond paintings and lots to do. Hey, it's better than sitting around playing computer games, I can say that much. You're a busy person and you got addicted to diamond painting. I don't know how you're going to go. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but yeah, it's really funny. So that's a lot of it. Where do I order from? If you have a look at my other YouTube posts, have a look at my unboxings. Most of my unboxings, I have the link to the diamond painting itself. The unboxing that I did of the guinea pig with Groot, there was a link to the Groot one. That's no longer available, so even clicking on that link, it will actually take you to AliExpress. But you won't get baby Groot because I can't see it there anymore, so he's gone. And by saying AliExpress, AliExpress has lots of companies within it. It's a platform for other companies to sell stuff. AliExpress I use for one company only, which is where I got Groot and I got the guinea pig custom done. Otherwise, yeah, I suppose with AliExpress, there's so many different companies on there that I struggle to get around that website, whereas a website specifically for diamond painting itself, I prefer. But then I'm still testing them out and running my commentary. There's a couple of companies that I won't, that from my experience, I won't deal with again. But yet again, that is my preference, purely on my experience. If you watch the reviews, you will see the if I've had any issues with something, you will see it on my unboxings and my setups and all of that. Anybody else watching this? I do this. Why do I do the YouTube clips? I do it for fun. I might as well talk to somebody while I'm doing this. Diamond painting can be isolating because you're just sitting there and you lose hours. So by my way of doing YouTubing, I'm not so isolated. There's a great community out there of YouTubers that do the diamond painting. Sorry, mouthful of coffee. So yeah, there's a few YouTubers out there that are really great. You find some you'll find some YouTubers, and I reckon it's absolutely brilliant. You find some YouTubers that do a lot of unboxing, and I love it, absolutely love it, because I've done quite a few unboxings, but by watching other people doing unboxings, it gives you better understanding of what to expect on from other companies. What it also highlights is that there is a diamond painting addiction of the doing. There is also a diamond painting addiction to the buying. I think I did the order that I did for Emily's custom was really funny. I did that order. Hang on. I need to put something on that because that's clicking. I did that order and for you, and went, oh well, while I'm here, I might as well order something for me. And in the unboxing, I actually did turn around and go, that's it, no more, I'm not ordering anymore. And then I saw something else and went, oh well, you know, what's one more now? I haven't brought anything since, I think, November. Whenever it was, I ordered that one for you. I think about a week later I ordered one more. But yeah, so buying the diamond paintings is an addiction in itself because there's so many fantastic ones out there. What else can I say is, if you are ordering online, be prepared for 3, 6, 8 weeks for delivery. These come from China, so they come through China mail, what we call China mail. And sometimes they get lost. I've had one lot of diamond paintings lost and they had to resend. So you keep track of what they send you. And my bit of advice is get a parcel locker. If you're in Australia, get a parcel locker, because you get full tracking, absolute full tracking. You set up an Australia Post account and get a parcel locker. Costs nothing, absolutely costs nothing. What it means is you'll get notified that something's come in, you get sent a code that you need to press, and you just go up to the parcel lockers, which are open 24/7. Open your package and pick it up at any time. You got 48 hours to pick it up. So, you know, to kind of semi-hide the addiction of buying diamond paintings, because, you know, you've got to buy them because, you know, it's going to take 4 weeks to it arrive, and in 4 weeks I may have completed so many diamond paintings, so I need to have more diamond paintings as a backup. That's the validation of why you buy so many. Yeah, but as a parcel locker, it means that if you're getting anything delivered, it's not going to your door and getting lost or taken off your doorstep, or you have to go pick it up from the post office. But it also means that you can get it from the parcel locker, put it in the boot of your car for a few days, and bring it out when nobody's around to see what you're getting. Yeah, so that it kind of hides that you can manage to hide the addiction a little bit. So yeah, so Emily and Kat, I hope I haven't gotten you into too much of an addiction. By all means, come around to my place and we'll drill together. So yeah, I can't say much more about that, but for anyone else that's watching, I hope this has given you some really good hints, a little bit of advice, and yeah, happy diamond painting, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.